You mentioned China and the US and the climate cooperation between the two. As you must know, the China-US, they just had a leader summit in San Francisco not so long ago, and the climate dialogue has pretty much resumed. And so far, I think the relationship is warming, at least. It's not deteriorating anymore. What do you see that China and the United States need to do more on a bilateral scale or on a global scale?
I think that the relationship is a little bit better than it was, but the United States is still pursuing lots of irresponsible anti-China policies, and I really blame the United States for these tensions. We need to end the trade and technology war with China, and then sit down not just one or two people, but actually technical teams that work on a common strategy for decarbonization, an agreed timeline. And it's hard because actually in the United States, we don't have a political framework that's adequate for this. We still have a powerful fossil fuel sector. So does China with a powerful coal industrial sector. And in the United States, we have coal, we have oil, we have gas. These are powerful lobbies. These are the two big countries that should be cooperating closely, having good relations, and not only a meeting that improves things, but really technical work together so that we can have the confidence that by mid-century, we're with the new energy system worldwide.
Let's talk about the United States for a little bit. The public perception tend to view the Democrats as more willing to engage with China and more green energy focused, and Republicans are the opposite. I mean, there's this general public view. Now, with the presidential election, it's going to take place in less than a year. Should China and the world be worried that if a Republican nominee wins the White House and again, but back away from this climate cooperation, should we be worried about that? And if so, what should China, the world do to prepare for it?
In the United States, the oil, coal, and gas lobby has a big influence in both the Republican and the Democratic parties. And this means that we don't have real clarity of our public policies. They passed one piece of legislation in the Congress that gives tax breaks for low carbon energy, but there is no national plan. There is no clear strategy. That's true with Biden in the White House. It was definitely true with Trump in the White House. It's not acceptable anymore because the world's really in a lot of trouble. And though the American political system is quite corrupt because of the influence of this big money from big oil, coal, and gas on our politicians, we can't go on this way. The world's getting very, very dangerous in terms of the acceleration of the warming and all the consequences that it can bring. So I'm hoping that no matter what happens in the elections, that serious people in the US and China, the top scientists, the top engineers, can work together and find a solution. I don't give too much hope for the politicians in the United States, but they don't know very much. But I do have a lot of confidence in the expertise of our top engineers, our national laboratories, our scientific cadres. And so I think that the possibility, no matter what happens in the election, to say, this is too serious to play games and this is too serious for the lobbies, we really need to have a joint program. We need to cooperate on all fronts to put aside differences because really our common interests are very strong. And the reasons for this fighting, which came from the United States side, makes no sense, in my opinion.